Willow delivers Sasha's child, Michael's baby born in shocking twist, General Hospital spoilers. The skies over Port Charles were unusually turbulent. Thunder rolled, rain poured, and the wind howled through the hospital parking lot. Inside General Hospital, the ER bustled with chaos from storm-related injuries. But amid the downpour, a different kind of storm was brewing, one that would shake the very foundations of Michael Corinthos' life. Sasha Gilmore, 7.5 months pregnant, had been hiding a truth that only a few suspected. The real father of her unborn baby wasn't Drew Kane, as she claimed, it was Michael Corinthos. As Sasha arrived at the hospital in premature labor, she was pale, trembling, and clearly in distress. But instead of asking for Michael, she asked for Nurse Willow Corinthos, the woman she once considered a friend and Michael's wife. Willow had been working extra shifts to distract herself from the strain in her marriage. Since Michael confessed that he'd secretly worked with the SEC against Sonny and had withheld the truth for months, their trust had fractured. Though they tried to co-parent and coexist, a growing emotional distance defined their marriage. So when Willow was called to L&D and saw Sasha in agony, her instincts kicked in. "Willow, please don't leave me," Sasha cried. Willow was stunned. "Where's Drew?"
"He's not the father."
"It's Michael," Sasha gasped through a contraction. The words pierced Willow like a dagger. But there was no time to react. Sasha's water had broken, and the baby was coming fast. In the delivery room, with doctors delayed due to storm damage and power outages, it was up to Willow and a fellow nurse to guide Sasha through the birth. As Sasha screamed in pain and pushed, her delirium escalated. "Tell Michael, tell him I never meant to lie. I just couldn't lose him." Willow clenched her jaw and continued working. "You'll tell him yourself. Focus on breathing." Sasha's voice cracked. "I still love him, Willow. I never stopped." It was the confession Willow never wanted to hear and couldn't unhear. After a tense and emotional labor, Sasha gave birth to a baby boy. The cries echoed through the room as Willow lifted the child, Michael's son, into the world. Tears welled in Willow's eyes. She couldn't help but feel the weight of it all. Despite everything, she'd just helped her husband's child be born. It was a moment of professional triumph and personal heartbreak rolled into one. She handed the baby to Sasha, who whispered, "Is he okay?" "He's perfect," Willow said softly. But inside, her world was unraveling. Michael, who had been at a charity board meeting when the call came through, rushed to GH in a panic. When he entered the room and saw Sasha holding the baby, his heart skipped a beat. "Is he? Are you both okay?" Willow stood in the corner, arms folded, emotionless. Sasha looked at Michael with tired eyes. "He's yours." Michael froze.
"What?"
Willow walked out without a word. Sasha's voice cracked. "She knows. I told her. I couldn't hold it in anymore." Michael held the child in his arms for the first time, but instead of joy, he felt the crushing guilt of betrayal. Willow left the hospital early. She didn't go home. Instead, she wandered the streets of Port Charles under the gray clouds and rain, reliving every moment of her life with Michael, the love story that had once felt unbreakable. She thought about Wiley, about Amelia, about every promise Michael had made. And she thought about Sasha's face in the delivery room, the raw emotion, the truth, the undeniable connection. Back at her apartment, Willow collapsed on the couch and finally let herself cry. Carly arrived at GH the next morning after hearing the news. She stormed into Sasha's room. "You lied to all of us. About Drew. About Michael." Sasha, still weak from labor, looked up. "I didn't mean to. You knew what this would do to Willow. You watched her deliver your baby and didn't even have the decency to come clean beforehand." "I thought I could control it," Sasha said, tears flowing. "But I never stopped loving Michael." "You should have stayed away," Carly snapped. "Now you've destroyed more than just your own life." Drew, who had been in Pine Valley attending to Aurora business, returned to a storm of news. When he visited Sasha, she didn't lie. "I used your name as cover. I thought it was the safest thing to do," she said.
Drew didn't yell.
He didn't flinch. He simply said, "I deserve better than this." Then he turned and walked out, cutting Sasha out of his life completely. Michael returned home to find Willow waiting at the table. Her eyes were hollow. A silence stretched between them before she spoke. "I delivered your son." "I know," he whispered. "I never wanted to hurt you." "But you did," she replied. "You lied. You betrayed my trust, and now there's a baby that isn't mine, but will always be in our lives." Michael tried to explain. It happened before we got back together, and Sasha was in a dark place. Willow's voice was flat. "And now I'm in one." She stood and walked toward the door. "I need space. Real space." Michael didn't stop her. Brooklyn, Sasha's friend and fiercest defender, confronted her gently. "I know you've been through hell, but you just blew up a family." Sasha nodded. "I didn't mean for it to happen this way." "You never do," Brooklyn said. "But the damage is done." Meanwhile, Chase offered comfort to Willow. They sat in silence at the docks, and when Willow cried, Chase simply listened. No judgment, no advice. Just presence. "I feel like I don't know who I am anymore," Willow said. "You're the strongest person I know," Chase replied. "Even strong people break." At the hospital, Sasha signed the birth certificate alone. "Michael wants to be involved," the nurse reminded her. "I know," Sasha said. "But I'm naming him." She wrote, "Jonah Morgan Corinthos." The name struck a chord. Jonah had been the name of Michael and Nellie's original child, the one Nellie claimed had died. This was Sasha's symbolic way of restoring what had been taken from Michael long ago. Despite her heartbreak, Willow returned to work after a week. Sasha, in recovery, offered an olive branch. "I'm sorry. For everything. For hurting you." Willow nodded but didn't smile. "I'm not ready to forgive you. But I understand." They stood quietly, two women changed by pain and love. Sasha added, "You were the first one to hold him. That means something." Willow walked away, whispering under her breath, "It means everything. And it breaks my heart." Nina, seeing her daughter unravel, exploded at Sasha. In a heated confrontation at GH, she hissed, "You hurt my daughter. Stay away from her. Stay away from Wiley. Stay away from all of us." Sasha, tired and tearful, didn't fight back. "You think I don't already hate myself?" Nina's eyes flared. "Not enough." Sonny approached Michael quietly. "This baby is yours, and you'll be a good father. But don't forget, you're also a husband." Michael nodded. "I don't know if I still am." Sonny added, "You want to fix it? Start by telling the truth. All of it. Even the parts that hurt." Michael realized then that his path forward wouldn't be with lies or omissions. It had to begin with real, unfiltered honesty. Willow stood in the park, watching Wiley and Amelia play. Her heart still ached, but her clarity was returning. She wasn't sure if she could ever look at Michael the same way again. But she wasn't done fighting. For herself. For her children. For her peace.